The possibility for tropical development over the next 7 to 8 days is starting to increase. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the model guidance to see what the odds of this thing actually developing in the Gulf of Mexico is, and then we'll get into our daily forecast for the eastern half of the US because I think that's where we could be dealing with the most activity over the next couple of days. Let's get straight into it though. So we're going to be looking at an area for tropical development in this region right here, and it's going to be about 5 to 8 day range. So we're going to start off by looking at the Euro model, and I think this model does a great job. And we're going to start by taking a look at the normal one. So here we are taking a look at Friday, July 17th, and then you can see that a bunch of rainstorms are going to start to pop up off the coast of Florida, and then they're going to start to bubble up. You're going to get a little bit of rotation, a little bit of spin right about there, and then that's going to eventually pop up the low pressure, and then you can see a decent storm making landfall there on the Florida coastline, and then moving northeastward up into the coastline of Georgia, and then hitting the Carolinas as well. The thing that I think is the most interesting, though, however, is the Euro AI model, which will show you a great job of the spin. It actually shows like the amount of energy, and this is the thing that's been showing up for the past couple of days. So if it does develop eventually, we're gonna have to tip our hats to this model right here. So you can see that it is starting to spin right about there. You can see that piece of energy there by off the coast of Florida, and if I keep putting this in motion and I zoom in here, you can see that it continues to spin, and then it will start to move up east north just like the regular Euro, and then you can see the purple showing up there as you move up into North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, those regions up there. So it could impact up and down the whole entire East Coast. So this is not just Florida what we're watching here. But what does the National Weather Service say? It does say that there is no tropical activity expected in the next 7 days or 2 days. So this could easily change over the next 24 to 48 hours, and look for this to change. I think that we could get up to a 40% chance here by the end of the day. There's updates every couple of hours, and then once the National Weather Service is seeing it, then you'll see a lot more people starting to talk about it. But now we're going to look at the GFS model. So this is not quite as aggressive as the Euro or the Euro AI, but it still shows some development. You can see here, taking a look at July 20th, and then we have some storms popping up, and they kind of spin, and then it kind of just moves out of the way there. So again, you don't really get that rotation. Look at that hurricane in the bottom left there in the Pacific. That's crazy. And then we'll take it. The last thing is the AI GFS, and this model actually shows it as well. So we have 3 out of the 4 models showing it. I like the AI models because I think it does a good job of sometimes picking up on little things that the real models don't. But again, the real models are what I've always used and everyone else uses, and those pick up on some things that the AI models don't. So they're both good for different reasons. And then this is the AI GFS. You can see that it again pops up a low pressure right there, and then it kind of moves northeast, and again, has it developing. It looks like it develops on land. That low pressure strengthens over the coast of North Carolina, and it moves up Maryland and affects the northeast. So that's the update on the tropical development. We could be dealing with some development over the course of the next 10 days, but again, it's far out, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. And then here is your daily forecast for the eastern half of the U.S., and we'll cover the western half as well, but there's not much going on over there. You can see kind of just dry, but then here we are tonight, and you can see that there's lots of storms popping up into the southeast, affecting all of the southeast almost, and there's a low pressure even that starts to pop up, and that will bring a line of severe thunderstorms as I continue to put this in motion. These are hours of 6-hour increments, so boom, boom, boom. And you can see around Wednesday and Thursday, a high pressure system pops up. You can see it kind of there, and that's going to kind of suppress some of the rain there. We're going to get a dry couple of days, and that is when you can see there towards the end of the week, it's completely dry, and we're going to get another heat wave here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in the eastern half of the U.S. So be prepared for that, guys. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.